Yesterday we introduced our topic, which was a transformation. The big topic is called transformations. Who can remember what does it mean to transform? To change. So a transformation is a change. And then I introduced to you the 4 transformations that we are going to be studying. Translations, reflections, rotations, and dilations. Today we are going to dive into and focus only on translations. What is a translation? Does anybody remember? A slide. When it moves, that's all it's doing. It is a slide. Write it down. It is a slide. So if you look at the picture here, I put an example of a translation. Does a translation change the size of a shape? No. Does it change the shape? No. All it does is change the location. And to say that, and guys, I'm giving you an answer to your assignment, so write this down. Translations preserve congruence. What does that mean? They keep it the exact same. Same size, same shape. All it does is slide the figure. It can slide it right, left, up, or down, or it can do multiple things. It can go up and right. Okay? Now, how do you know? I taught you all this yesterday. I'm going to zoom in on this picture. How do you know which of these shapes to start with and which one is new? The prime. The one with the prime. So everybody look, see the little dash right here? This is the new shape. So anytime you see the primes, that's the new shape. So this is the one that you start with. This is the old, the original. Are y'all with me? So I would say this shape was translated to the right. Do y'all agree it went right? And then where did it go? Up. And then I would need to count how far right and up it went. Now, this isn't a great graph because they don't have the little lines, so I'm just going to say this one went right and up. Now, what are we going to do with this today? We are going to learn an algebraic rule. It is super, super easy. You will not need a calculator. All you're going to do is count. How far right or left or up or down that the shape was moved. Now, the rule is written like this. Everybody look. Take your X and your Y. So like this X and our Y. See it right here? Does everybody see point M? That's an X and a Y. Do y'all agree? They're saying you take it and you add something to the X and you add something to the Y. Your job is to fill in those numbers by how far you moved right or left and up and down. Okay? The X, what axis moves left to right? The X axis. So anytime I move left or right, it's going to change the X. What axis moves up and down? The Y. So anytime I move up or down, it's going to change the Y. And I wrote that for you, so everybody look. The X change will move the position right or left. Right is plus, positive. Left is negative. The Y change will move the position up or down. Up is positive. Down is negative. Okay, this is how easy this is. Okay, we're going to go do this example first to show you how easy it is. So everybody skip example 1. We're going to come back to it. We're going to do example 2. And this is exactly what your assignment's going to look like. So pay attention. I'm telling y'all it's easy. Here we go. Triangle ABC is translated 3 to the right. Write that down. 3 right. Where else is it translated? 6 down. Write that down. 3 right, 6 down. Now, your job is to write an algebraic rule that looks like this, and you're going to drop these numbers in where they belong. Make sense? So the 3 is either going to go here or here, and then the 6 will go in the other spot. Okay, are y'all ready? This right, what axis moves right and left? So this 3 is going to go with what? The X. Because right moves on the X-axis. What axis moves up and down? The y. So what am I going to put right here? The y. Now I'm going to decide if I need a plus or a minus sign. Right? What did we say? And I wrote it for you right here. Right is, so I put a plus sign. Down is, everybody look, down is negative. And now I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to write it as a rule. So I'm going to make it look like this. So I say take my x and my y, draw your little arrow, and then you're just going to write these right like this. So what am I going to write? X plus 3, comma, y minus 6. And that's it. That's your answer. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Your rule today will look like this every single time. Your job will be to fill in the number for the A and the B. Whatever direction you move right or left, that number is going to go with the X. Whatever number goes up or down is going to go with the Y. It's that simple. Now, on this one, let's go back to example 1. This one, they didn't tell you. You're going to have to count how far it moved. Okay, so let's read it. It says, write a rule to describe the translation. They're already telling you it was translated. From rectangle ABCD to the new rectangle ABCD. So now, how do I count? Which shape do I start with? Which shape do I start with? The one without the primes, because the primes is the new shape. Okay, so I start here, and you have to go either from A to A, B to B. You cannot go from A to B. Make sense? So pick a point. What point do y'all want to use? It does not matter. B. So we're going to use this B to this new B. And we're going to count how far it moved. Does it matter which way you go first? No. Which way do y'all want to go first? Up. All right, let's go up. How far did I go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to write that down. I went up 8. Now, am I there yet? No. Now where do I go? Which direction? Right? How many? 1. So right 1. Now all I have to do is put these with an X or a Y. So I ask myself, which axis goes up? Which axis? Look at the X-axis and Y-axis. Which one? The Y-axis goes up and down. So this one's going to go with the Y. Is up plus or minus? Plus. All right. Which axis moves right and left? So I put an X here. Is right plus or minus? Plus. Now to finish, I just need my rule to look like this. Are y'all with me? So I write, take my X and my Y, and what am I going to write for the X? X plus 1, comma, Y plus 8, and that's it. Okay, flip to the back. You are going to get to try one on your own. Okay, I need everybody sitting up. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to read this first problem and write the rule. The first thing you should do if you're struggling is find what it's saying and write it down. I just underlined it to help you. What do you need to see? Okay, I'm not going to go over it yet, but I'm going to write down what they gave me. You should have at least written 4 left. What else? 3 up. Now, I'll give you about 30 more seconds to finish because that should help you. Okay, which axis moves left and right? So the x goes with the 4. Is left positive or negative? Did everybody get that one correct? Okay, which axis moves up and down? Y. Would up be plus or minus? Now that I have these, I got to make it look like a rule. So I say take my x and my y, and I write x minus 4. Always write the x first because a coordinate's written x comma y, and y plus 3. How did y'all do? Good? All right, try the next one on your own. Remember that if you are struggling, the first thing you do is write down what they gave you. Did everybody write this down correctly? Which axis moves right? X. Is right plus or minus? Plus. Which axis moves down? Was down plus or minus? So I write my rule. Take my x and my y. X plus 7, y minus 4. Yes, we're good? Okay, now I wrote some answers to questions right here. I'm going to read them to you because it's part of your assignment. So let's read it. It says, when you translate a figure, everything stays the side links stay and the angles stay So you might be asked a question over that. It might say, when you translate a figure, do the angles change? And you say, no, they stay the same. This means the original shape is congruent to the new shape. That should say new shape. The original shape is congruent, exactly the same. Okay, that is going to be asked on your assignment today. I have posted your assignment in Google Classroom. I will give you an answer document. Make sure you write down A, B, C, or D, and then I'll check it for you once, and then make sure you get it submitted.